What did President-elect Trump say? We're going to look into that issue in a moment. We're also going to look into how we're handling this at the shop. And I also have a crazy customer story for you at the end of the video. So please like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of December. Thank you all very much for the ones who have subscribed already. Let's just get into the video right now. Yes, I'm going to talk about tariffs again, folks, because this is so important. What he has said. He said he's going to do this, but he cannot say it's not going to drive up the cost of services or goods as he does this. Now, is this just a threat to get the other countries to comply with what we want here in America? Is this a way to get jobs back to America? Well, if you want to bring jobs back to America, how about we help companies get the jobs back to America? We need to build buildings for them to get this going. That's not going to happen overnight. I understand what he's trying to do, all right? But, we cannot afford any more for services and goods right now. We know inflation is still sky high. I can make a list. One of the items that I like to buy is those canned mushrooms from Aldi's, and they used to be 55 cents, folks. They have gone from 55 to 89 cents to 99 cents to 109 to 119 to 129. Now they're 139 for that. That's just one example. I'm glad I bought more at 119 now. My grandma and I bought a bunch at 55. Those are all used up already. We used about 2 cans of mushrooms a week in our household. But this ain't about mushrooms. This is, I really hope this Trump really have 4 years. And what I mean by that, we got a midterms coming up in 2 years. So, yes, he has Republican control in both houses. Both House and the Senate. I should correct myself there. But we got to keep in mind, some of the Republicans in both of those, either in the House or the Senate, are really not, they have to protect their seats too. So are they going to go with Trump on everything? I don't believe so. I think you're going to see some back and forth in the Senate, like we have been seeing, back and forth in the Congress, like we have been seeing. And are those two, the House and Congress, going to get flipped back to the Democrats in 2026? That is possible. So Trump really needs to really watch how fast he moves. He can't move too slowly either, because he made a lot of promises. He's going to have to find a balance of the next 2 years so we can keep control of the House and Congress. That can be easily flipped. There's not too many cases where you have the House and the Senate that will come on board to stay with the next 2 years. That don't happen very often in this country. So he's got to make a decision. Move fast in the next 2 years, or do it a lot slower and hoping to keep the House and Senate. But if he moves too slow, it will flip again. Let's just all keep this in mind. I do support Trump. All right. I mean, I'm not here to bash him whatsoever, but really we have to keep an eye of what he's going to do the next 2 years. Now, some of this stuff he can do with an executive order. A lot of this has to go to Senate and Congress before anything gets passed. So we will keep that in mind. We will keep an eye of what's going on. If you can afford to stock up on some food, canned goods, stuff that don't go bad, and I'm not talking the long-term number 10 cans. If you want that stuff, here's my recommendation on that. Those long-term food companies, before I move on. Watch YouTube reviews on the product you want. Even if you get down to one specific item, there's probably a YouTube video out there. Just don't rely on the reviews on these websites, folks, because a lot of them are paid reviews. There's a lot of reviews on different, like Artisan Farm for one, Patriot Survival is another one. I mean, the list goes on and on. Whatever you, just check if there's a YouTube video before you go ahead and spend $30, $40 for these cans. Maybe a little bit less depending on exactly what you're buying. But, you know, read the reviews for one and see if there's a YouTube video out there, number two. That way you have a personal opinion if the product is good or if the product is terrible. And maybe it's just their opinion. You might differ from their opinion as well. So what we are doing at the shop as of this time, we are buying more Canadian maples right now. We are buying more 10-ounce Canadian mint bars. We are also buying some more Krugerrands for the shop. Any country that he's going to put a tariff on, or he says, we are trying to get a little bit of extra inventory in our shop. The owner said, go ahead and order it. And that is what we're trying to do now. Now, we're taking a chance. We don't know if President Trump's actually going to do this. We don't know where silver is going to go. Or is the owner going to, you know, spin his wheels later by paying too much for silver? Is silver going to take a major dip? I don't think so. We don't think so. You know, we're seeing kind of like it's holding steady around $30 an ounce, 31, maybe depending if you're looking at the futures or the spot market. We're getting close to 32 in the futures market once again, folks. I don't see it dipping much below 30 in the futures anytime soon. We you know, the boss and I talked about that the other day, and we just don't see that happening. Now, does that mean it's not going to go happen? Absolutely not. It could happen. We just don't know from day to day. So we're taking a little bit of a risk of, you know, having, you know, drop $2 or $3 an ounce, and we're going to eat it on the back end because we still need to sell. So yeah, the shop would take a loss on some of the stuff that we get. So it's a gamble each way. This is why bullion dealers and coin shops don't make a ton of money, because we are so reliant on the market. Our profit margins are so slim, it's unreal. I mean, some people think we're making all kinds. You know, when I say we sold 9 monster boxes or something, we're not making all that money. We have to buy that product up the price a little bit, and we're lucky to make $300 off of a monster box. But before it's all said and done, and by the time you pay payroll and taxes, and the list goes on and on and on, you know, how much money does the owner really have? Yeah, the owner's not hurting for money, okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat that one. No, he's quite well off. But it's still, you're going to maintain the business level, and the business still going to make money for the business, and he's going to take a little bit of profit. And, you know, a lot of the money that we do make for the shop, it goes right back into the shop to buy more inventory. And we are stockpiling it right now, because we're on so many unknowns what's going on. Now, this is not financial advice telling you go out and buy everything underneath the sun. No. I'm still doing it the old-fashioned way of myself. When I see a deal, I'm going to get it. I'm not panic buying like the shop is. I am not, you know, going to spend more money than I have. The shop's not doing that, though, but, you know, the shop's got the money to do this. But, you know, little by little, it really adds up. You know, I dealt with a crazy customer. I'll get to him in a minute. But, you know, people don't think that if you stack, you know, $4 or $5 half dollars a week, let's say, if that's what you're into, the 9% half dollars, it really adds up fast. You don't have to have a lot of money to stack silver. Maybe you can't buy it, you know, a lot of it every single week or every time you get paid. But really, it does add up. And, you know, I will say it again. I buy a lot of my stuff on eBay, folks. I've had a few issues. Yes, I'm not going to sugarcoat that one either. But at the end of the day, you know, I get the deals, and I'm happy to get the deals. And I'm happy to get the deals cheaper than the online bullion dealers. You know, sometimes for the shop, we do source out 90% silver for the shop. We found 1 or 2 rolls of dimes this week for the shop. You know, one of the workers did find a pretty gosh darn good deal where we can make a little bit, maybe $5 or $6 a roll, but you know, it's not a lot. But no, I mean, we're trying to source it any way we can, and we're just hoping we don't have a big order coming in for 90% silver, because for us, it's not there for right now. So let's get into the crazy customer story. Guy came in trying to sell, and he was trying to sell some Canadian maple leafs that he bought a couple years ago. So he's making a little bit of money off them. And he says, "That's all you're paying?" I says, "Yeah, that's all we're paying, sir. I mean, we were paying spot plus $2.65 for the maples. We're at spot plus $3.65, $3.75. So we're not making a ton of money off him." He said, "Well, I need to get like what you need to sell them for." I said, "No, we can't make no money off them." He says, "Well," again, he says, "I'm going to go to another shop." I said, "Well, this is what I can do for you." I said, "If you can find a shop that's going to pay you more than us around the local area, get it in writing, I'll price match it, and I'll be happy to do it at that price." Well, here we go again. He goes out later yesterday afternoon. I was not at the shop. I got a call from the owner. He says he came back and actually he got a little bit more money because silver was up a little bit higher at the time he brought it in. Now, at the end of the day, silver kind of went down a little bit yesterday. So if he came in about a half an hour later, he would have got probably about the same offer we offered him already. Look, the best way to, wheel and deal is, don't call the coin shop. Go in there and see what the price is. Even if you gotta sit in your car and look at the spot price, futures price, however the shop sells it, folks. And sometimes, depending how much you buy, they will cut you a better deal. But do it privately. Don't yell out at the coin shop saying, "Can you do it for this price?" Because most gonna say no, they can't, because they don't want to give everybody that same deal. But they can't give everybody the same deal. Do we offer a little bit of a discount when people buy in bulk? Yeah, we do. And we do offer that right off out of the gate. I had a comment in my video from yesterday about not video from yesterday, but a few days ago, about the monster box we had to charge for the box itself, because he didn't have a full case of maple leaves, a full monster box, and these boxes are in high demand. So yes, a lot of coin shops are charging for these boxes. A lot of these coin shops are charging for the empty tubes. Years ago, we didn't have a problem giving them out. Someone came in and said, "You have an extra tube of, an empty tube of Eagles, or empty tube of Canadian maple leaves." Yeah, sure, here you go. But now people want them for storage, and yeah, we're going to make a little bit of money off them. We don't get charged for them. It's built in with the price of the monster boxes, of course. But yeah, we will sell the monster boxes at $15, and we will charge the tubes at $2 each. And a lot of coin shops are going that way because they're in higher demand. It's not about trying to rip people off or they buy so much. No, it's that just helps the cost to run the business, and that's the bottom line. That is what we're trying to do. I mean, we're not trying to rip anybody off, like I just said, but we're just trying to maintain the business, and because other coin shops are doing it, and really, it's a way to make a little bit of extra money for the shop too. And if they were not in high demand, we would be still giving them away for free. Every now and then we do give some tubes away for free if they're buying them, a lot of them. But if they buy more than 25, they're gonna get the tube no matter what. We don't charge the $2 on that. But if they're buying like different rounds and stuff, and they ask, and yeah, every now and then we can give a tube out. But the monster boxes, no, we cannot give those out, because every time we get one empty, it's pretty much sold. They're in so high demand, it's unreal. So I hope I didn't bore you with this video, folks. If you folks have questions for me, my email is always in the description of every single video. Please reach out if you have coins to show me, or you have a question about a coin, or you just have questions about silver and gold, platinum in general. I'm happy to help. Reach out to me. And if you know about a coin show, once again, please let me know so I can get that out to our viewers like you, and we can all be in a better mode when we have coin shows around, because I think coin shows are kind of like a dying breed. It's sad to say. There's too much online stuff going on, and you know, which I support, you know, the online dealers, but you know, the coin shows, you know, that's where it's, you know, the coin shows are, you know, I'm hoping we can keep them alive, and we gotta get more people to the coin shows, even if this, even if people don't buy stuff. But you know, we gotta get more people in the doors and shopping, and maybe you can find a deal at your local coin show as well. So on that note, I'll end it here. I thank you all for watching. Coin Shop Chris is now out.